Hey everyone, today we are back working on the Evo. I apologise that it's been ages since I've done anything on the Evo, and I'll kind of give you a little bit of an update as well as the job we're going to do today on the car. The reason why I've not done any Evo content for ages is because I've been busying myself with the Pulsar, having lots of fun working on that car. There's not a lot, hopefully, to do with the Evo. I've done a lot to the car this year in the past year. But the other reason why there hasn't been so much content of the Evo lately is because I'm a little bit pissed off with the car. I've kind of fallen out with it a little bit because I've done a lot of work to it this year, as I mentioned, and it was due to get its Swedish MOT and didn't happen in the end. And now the season is over and the weather is miserable, so the car isn't going to get used again this year. So I'm kind of just a bit miserable, basically, like the weather with the car. So that's why there hasn't been so much content with the Evo, but there is more content to come. Not a lot, but there is more content to come. So again, apologies if you kind of subscribe to this channel wanting Evo content, and there isn't much of that. But today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be attempting, and I'll explain why I'm using the word attempting, we're going to be attempting to fit an aftermarket expansion tank from Pro Alloy in the UK. Okay, little update just before we get on to the expansion tank, which is here. Car looking a bit sorry for itself, missing bits. If you look in the car, I think it's unlocked. We have no seats at all. We have the original dash in there and the original steering wheel. And the reason why there's no seats is because I have sold the Sparco seats to Christian, who bought the black Evo 5 off me. He's having fun with that car at the moment, but that's another story. So he's bought those seats and they are hidden under that cover there. And I'm going to fit some Reverie seats, like are in the Pulsar, into the Evo, but they didn't have any in stock, so I'm waiting for them to make some more, and then I can kind of get some ordered maybe into this month. So that'll be an upcoming video fitting those into the Evo. But as I said, like, it failed its MOT, and that's why it's got the steering wheel, it's still got the cat on, and it's got the original speedo in, because I didn't want to sort of remove all that stuff and put it back to how I want it without it having its MOT and potentially having to swap everything back anyway. So that's why the car is looking a bit sorry for itself. In the engine bay, it's looking sorry for itself because I'm fitting the expansion tank, of course, because the guys at Auto Grouping said I should fit the expansion tank back on the car, so I did that, but I don't like the original one. But the other reason why the engine bay is looking very messy and things are missing is me being me. I wanted to make the car my own again after it being away for a lot this year with Auto Grouping and with Yuri at the pit. So I've been doing things like replacing the fan with a SPAL fan. I'm changing some of the connectors on the fuel rail. I've changed some pipe work and stuff like that, just doing little bits and pieces, just kind of my little finish that I do to things, just doing that. So that's why it's a mess. And of course, one of the things, which is the whole point of this video, is the expansion tank. So let us take a look at the expansion tank first, and then I'll explain why I said earlier we're going to try to fit it on the car. So here is the expansion tank, watching where I'm standing. So I went for the black satin version, and I went for the one with the sight gauge on it because I think that makes a lot of sense, being able to see how much coolant you've got. And yeah, all good there. That's exactly how it comes, no fixtures or fittings, that's just it. My car has aftermarket engine mounts, and the original mount for the expansion tank fits to this hole here, fits to this hole here, and it fits to that hole there. I bought myself a True Focus Fabrications, I think, expansion tank from America, and I started doing the video on fitting that, and I had to stop because it didn't fit because of the engine mount and the way the legs were positioned. I had to put spacers in the way to clear the engine mount, and then it hit the hood, or the bonnet. Sorry, I'm getting American, living here in Sweden. So unfortunately I had to send that back. Fantastic piece of kit, had to send it back. Spoke to the guys at Pro Alloy, because they were the only other company I could find that make aftermarket expansion tanks, it seems, for the Evo. And they said, might be all right, might not be. We've not really had anyone with your engine mounts try to fit one. So buy one. If it doesn't work, you can always send it back. So that's what I've done. And it doesn't fit. I'll just kind of get to the punchline. We will get it fitted, but it doesn't fit. So I'm going to have to modify it a little bit, and I'll show you why I have to modify it a little bit. But I'll make my modifications to it after I've shown you, and then we can hopefully get it in place. You shouldn't have to make the modifications. We can get it in place, and then that'll be it for this video. So this video is mostly me talking, which I don't enjoy doing, but there we go. Right, let me show you why we need to kind of tweak it. Okay, so this one uses the stock holes pretty much, but if you look, it goes fine on that hole there, and it kind of lines up with that hole, and it almost lines up with that hole, but it's fouling here on this side of the engine mount. So kind of see, you can actually pretty much fit it, but it's too tight. So on your car it'll look like that, it will be great. My car, it doesn't work, so I'm going to have to muck about with these legs a little bit, which I will do, and then we'll come back after a sponge bob with the mods made, and we can hopefully get it installed.
Several days later.
And there you go. It's been a few days now since I made the mods, and you can see here on this leg I've cut out like a semicircle there to clear the engine mount. And you may have noticed that it's now gloss black, not satin black, and that's why it's taken a few days, because I was waiting for the paint to fully kind of harden. Because the reason why I've done it gloss black is A, I wanted to add a solo lap touch to it, but also the PAS tank is gloss black, so I kind of wanted the two to match. So now that's done, we can get it installed on the car and then get the coolant in out of the old bottle here. Horrible plastic thing, look at the difference. And then, yeah, as I always say, bask in the glory of what we've been doing. Okay, there you go, tank installed. And you can maybe see down here the issue that I've got, which is this front leg is very close to the engine mount here, but is just about free of it, which is good with the mod I made. So I've also had to remove the clip for the bonnet stay there, because it was just too close on here and you couldn't actually engage with the clip. So I've had to remove it, and I've just put a bit of edging on here because the bonnet stay now rests on that. That's all good. Top pipe, which is the overflow pipe, that is going down into the arch, and maybe you can just about see there's a P-clamp down there holding that in place. And then the bottom one, which is from the radiator, just comes all the way underneath this metal panel here secured to it and round into the radiator. So that is it. All I need to do now is fill up with the coolant from the old expansion tank, so I'll do that. I need to buy more coolant, I've not got enough, so that won't be for this video, of course, it's pointless. But yeah, that'll be it. Let's get the old coolant in. I don't think it's going to register on the sight gauge, which is a shame, but let's get it in, and then yeah, we will be done. There you go, done. So that is the Pro Alloy expansion tank fitted up onto the Evo, modified for the engine mounts and sprayed gloss black. and I'm trying to give you a few different angles so you can see how it looks. It's very tidy, I think. It really kind of looks the part in the engine bay. And yeah, got a little sight gauge there. Perfect. So that is it for this video. Hopefully, as always, you found it useful. On to the next video, which I think is going to be me back on the Pulsar. We will see. But yeah, thank you for watching.